All right, everybody, welcome in. How you doing today? This is a message for whoever needs to hear this message. And if you were brought here by the title, then there's a message here for you. This week in Pathfinders, I've been getting a whole bunch of downloads about the divine feminine. I didn't do a twin flame reading last week because I'm still finishing the end of May readings, which I will finish on Monday and Tuesday. During Pathfinders, I'm going to share with you just a lot of the information. And I said this a few months ago that twin flame information was going to start evolving. So I'm getting a ton of clarity around divine feminine path right now and around the masculine as well. So those of you on Pathfinders, I just want to let you know that's going to be the lesson this week. We're going to talk about divine feminine, divine masculine stuff. And even if you're not part of twin flame, you're definitely part of the spiritual path if you're watching my channel. So that's what's going to happen this week. Let's see where we're going regarding today's message or this week's message. Deep knowing in reverse. That's interesting. Deep knowing in reverse. Why? Wow. Milk and honey. And truth be told, so there is some kind of aha moment coming this week. And I feel like whatever you're searching for right now, whatever you're wanting to learn or find out, I feel like you're going to find it out this week. Some of you, that might be about your ancestral lineage. Some of you, it's about your spiritual gifts. Some of you, it's about a love partnership. Wow. Sun coming in and out in a big way. Holy cow. That the range of the light to dark is big. All right. So I almost feel like that is part of this message, that whatever wants to come out is in the deepest, darkest recesses of your imagination or your subconscious, and coming to light, right? Coming to light. This is a really good thing. This is not some kind of like deep, dark secret that is going to devastate you. This is going to bring joy. This is going to bring joy, happiness, resolution. I'm getting resolution. Reconnection. All right, something about that. And I just feel like it's like putting something to rest. I don't know, burying the hatchet, maybe, but definitely putting something to rest. And we just had yesterday, I'm posting this on the 18th. On the 17th, we had Uranus conjunct the sun, which is about some kind of surprise aha moments. So that tracks with this reading. The Queen of Cups, the Lover's card, the Hierophant card. So Gemini and Taurus representing right away, and Cancerian energy here. The Seven of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Why someone couldn't come clean with you, why they couldn't tell you. I feel like that's, for some of you, that's the thing that's showing up. Why somebody couldn't tell you their feelings, why someone couldn't share. There was definitely an impediment. And I feel like we've cleared a lot of the some toxic masculine energy. And all due respect to the masculines out there, this is not about like, ooh, men are bad. That's like not what I'm saying. We all have masculine, feminine inside of us, and there may have been some kind of toxic masculine energy keeping us from taking action, okay, in our own energetic expression, which is why I want to talk about the divine feminine this week in Pathfinders. There's something about the dragon. I keep getting the image of the dragon, and the dragon, and I'm like, okay, Chinese astrology. Okay. Dragons used to be sacred. It's a mystical animal, Kundalini, like all these different dragon, kind of myths showing up to me right now. I keep getting the energy of the dragon. And this could be about a Kundalini awakening for some of you. This could be about, I definitely have heard of I don't know why this is coming up because it's never come up in my readings before, but the Pacific Ring of Fire, where Japan and the Philippines, that whole area, in terms of rising up out of the ocean, dragon energy, something about dragon energy. So there could be something going on. I know that there's been a lot of prophecy around the Ring of Fire. So that might be just a completely separate thing. And I don't know what that is, but we'll clarify that. But there's definitely something here about the divine feminine as it relates to the Kundalini energy and about what it means to be a healed divine feminine, what it means, what it looks like to be a healed masculine. Coming up right now, the Queen of Pentacles. There it is, the Empress energy, the Four of Cups. There's an energy of waiting, hoping. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, but focusing on one's own needs, focusing on your inner child work, focusing on, okay. All right. So I'm getting a lot about like doing inner healing, inner child work. If you've been called to do that, that is somehow connected to this conversation around the dragon, that there's something coming out of the darkness that is a mythical kind of energetic expression of you that is going to be very positive and very powerful. And there is something about another person who has something to tell you. Like a person walking around on this planet has something to tell you. But I also get this sense of like, you've been doing the work, and now you're cleared the path for this kind of expression, or this, you're ready to know. I feel like, whoopsie, come on back here. I feel like, whoopsie, it's like this, you are ready to know. You have done enough of the work that I don't know if it's considered a reward, but there's something like that you've done enough of the healing, enough of the work that now you're ready to hear something. And you're also, someone else is ready to say something. Okay, we'll clarify that in a second. I want to clarify the dragon thing. 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Yeah, coming in the middle of the night. So look at this. We got 3 of the 4s. These 2 in the future. The 4 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles are very much about stopping any movement. And this 9 of Swords in the middle can be about truths coming through in the dream state. 2 of Swords. Look at that resistance here. Ace of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Some of you are feeling stopped or stuck or in the place of not getting any information or feeling stopped from something. But I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like you are really going in a good direction for yourself. And there's an energy of like, wait. And it's like the bridge in front of you collapses or something like that. Like, don't rush. There's also that too here, the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. There's a lot trying to come through now, but there's just this energy of stop. Don't rush ahead. Don't read ahead. You are ready to have this deep knowing come out, but it's not quite here yet. Stop. All right, stop. Stop. Why are you being told to stop here? 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Okay, Ace of Cups, and then the Star card. All right, so I feel like this is for a group of you who are really at the very precipice of opening up to deeper gifts. You're going to be getting all of that. That's going to be happening. And there's a reason for it. There's a delay, or there's a pause. They're asking you to pause. Even this relationship or this other person, the pause is like, okay, stand still for a minute. Again, we got all this standstill energy. 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. I feel like other people, you're in the spiritual path here. And so you're like, wow, all of a sudden these gifts are opening up to me. I'm really understanding what's going on. I'm getting the deep knowing. I'm getting that the truth is coming through milk and honey. That's the age of Aquarius and the energy of the divine feminine rising. And that's happening. I feel like there's other people on this planet who are going to rush in, or are rushing right now, or are doing something that they're trying to push it fast, because I feel push it real good. I feel like the masculine is pushing something and it's going to break, which is why you're being said, hey, divine feminine, stand still. Stand still for a minute, because the good stuff is coming in. Don't be so impatient. Not that you are, but like Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Star card is coming in. And this, we're only talking about, 9 of Swords is like 10 days. Hold on. Talk to me about this. I'm gonna do a separate, something I don't normally do, but I'll do a separate little spread here about this. Why stopping? It's not a matter of timing. In time for their birthday. And then we get November. And then I'm getting Aries season. So there's something about you. This Aries season card makes me feel, I've been using this deck in a little bit of a different way. This is about a timeline split. And I saw the Ace of Pentacles down here too. And I always, whenever I see that card, it's always like by the end of the year. But there is something about their birthday. I don't know if this is a twin flame message for some of you that says their birthday. There's something about wait for their birthday or something like that. Then I'm getting November. By the end of this year, there's a shift into dynamic action. Venus is in Aries. So that's what I'm getting for this Aries season card. Venus is in Aries. We shift into Gemini season this week. And Gemini is about communication. We've been in Taurus this last month. We also have Uranus in Taurus. And I just said to you about the sun, which is in Taurus, conjuncting with Uranus. So there's some surprise that happened this weekend, but that energy does stick around for this week. All right. It is going to stick around for this week. Let's use a different deck. Let's do something a little different here. Why stop? What is going to be happening? What is going to be happening that is saying to those of you who are resonating with this reading to stop? Why stop? Why stop? All right, I'm using this mythic deck. All right. Judgment underneath. The moon. We have a new moon in Gemini coming up at the end of this month, which I feel like may be the go signal. Okay. Yeah, it is. 6 of Swords. So 9-10 days. Let's see. Let me look here. The moon. New moon on the 26th. 6 degrees of Gemini. 9, 10, 11. So about almost midnight on the East Coast. On the 26th. So that, if you have anything at 6 degrees of Gemini, like my North Node is at 4 degrees of Gemini. And so there is There's something that's going to be expressing itself. Okay. For me, it might be about my mission and purpose. For you, it might be something else, whatever you have. If you like, let's say you're a Gemini sun and you have your Gemini sun at like 5 degrees or 7 degrees, something close to that 6 degrees. That is definitely going to be a time of moving forward in terms of your thinking and communication, because 6 of Swords is about communication. And I just feel like there's something coming through for the collective that you're going to be getting in dream state. This is part of the divine feminine rising. This is part of it. Knight of Wands. Action is required now. Temperance, there's Sag, 2 Sag cards in a row. Gemini and Sag are opposite signs. King of Swords, Aquarius. So all the air signs are really being, and here's Aquarius again. All the air signs are being activated here, but also, the air energy in you. Let's say you have Cancer sun, but you might have, I don't know, your Venus is in Gemini, or you have Jupiter in Aquarius or something like that. Whatever you have in air signs, air is about thinking, and it's also about communication. Whatever you have in air signs, whatever house it's in, is likely to be expanded for you. Okay, if you have questions about that, you can drop into my astrology group on Thursday. We talk about this. We could also talk about it during Pathfinders too. But this is definitely saying to me that there's something awakening in you, something opening up, a deep knowing is opening up. Like, wait, like these people, more people on the planet are going to be in this kind of devastatingly weird place in the next 2 weeks. And so you need to wait until they can hear you. You need to wait. Don't go, spreading the message far and wide, because it may fall on some deaf ears here. A little bit of Paul Revere coming through. And I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every something village and farm. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be. I remember that poem from middle school. Something like that. I don't know what that is. Paul Revere has never come through a reading in this channel before. There's something about giving warning. That Paul Revere's Ride poem and the actuality of it, there's something about warning. You might be giving a warning, and if you're trying to say it and people aren't listening to you, within 10 days or 2 weeks, they'll be like, oh, okay, now I get what you're saying. So I guess not be quiet about it, but don't be surprised if people push back on you. Okay, don't be surprised about that. This is the rise of the divine feminine. All right, so I'm going to go deeper into this reading. If this is your reading, let's talk about it. I love the Iris energy here. I'm going to tell you about Iris and as this temperance energy here. This is about balance. This is not about being impulsive. The opportunity is to be impulsive here. So whether this is about a relationship, or I feel like this is about your spiritual mission and calling, something about not being impulsive. All right. Okay. If this is your reading, there's a link below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.